Hi, this is Denise Grover Swank,
And Jen Mann.
and we are two midlife moms. Welcome to our podcast.
We're excited you're here. This is something that Denise and I have been talking about. I think we've been talking about doing this for a little bit.
Yes.
But we finally decided that we need to pull the trigger and actually do it.
Yeah.
We have a lot to say.
We do. We're both very vocal, both in print and actual vocally. Yeah.
And so Denise was like, just come to my house. My amazing son can help us do this.
Yes.
And which is good because I'd just be sitting here with like a phone talking.
Yeah,
so
I would be too.
Just take a moment to admire like our amazing setup, please.
Yeah, poor Jen has been here a few hours while we've been working all the many bugs out, but I think we're set now.
I mean, this looks like magic because it takes a lot of work to make it look like magic. So, yeah.
So, if you're listening to a podcast, we actually have this in video too. We're going to put it on YouTube. So, two midlife mamas, and you can see us sitting here just chatting with each other. If you want.
And it's totally worth the view. So, you should definitely check it out.
Yeah, because then you can maybe see Jen's shirt, which says delightfully sarcastic. And had I known she was going to wear that, I would have worn my own sarcasm shirt. So,
next time we'll do our snarky. That was the thing we talked about, that like maybe we need to do like themes. Like we talked about maybe doing pajamas.
Yes. Yeah.
And when I showed up this morning, Denise and I had got our communications crossed.
Yes.
And so when I showed up, Denise was in her pajamas.
I was mopping the floor in my pajamas.
And I was like, oh, is it pajama day already?
I was like, wait, was it pajama day? But so
one day it will be though.
Yeah,
one day it will be pajama day. I don't know what other themes we'll do, but we'll come up with something, I'm sure, between the two of us.
But one thing we're definitely going to be talking about every time is about life as midlife mamas. There's a lot of podcasts and things out there for moms with younger kids, and we wanted to talk about life as a mama, both as a parent and as women. And we both have just very recently realized that there's a whole audience out there that is really eager to hear about this.
I think they're hungering to hear about all of our hot flashes and and gray chin hairs. So we're going to talk about it all here, as well as, I don't know, murder TV and what we're writing. And pretty much if you are like a midlife woman, and I don't even think you need to be a mama.
No,
I think just like,
and
maybe even a dude, if you enjoy long strolls through Target and wine and murder TV and I don't know, reading, I think we're your people.
Yeah, I think so too.
And sarcasm and snark.
Well, and it's always going to be entertaining because Jen is an author who writes nonfiction humor. So, you can always count on her to like entertain. So.
Well, same with you, Denise.
I try. But...
Denise will entertain you a little bit too. Like, we're sitting in her office. I wish we could like turn the camera around, but it took us like an hour to get the camera where it is. So
we're not touching it right now.
No, we're not touching. But like the whole wall is like full of all of Denise's books. Because how many titles do you have?
I don't even know.
50?
Over 50.
Yeah,
I do know that.
Yeah. I think I have like 12.
Yeah. So, I'm a very prolific author. I write, those of you who don't know me, I write fiction, I write mystery, romance, I also write urban fantasy, paranormal romance, and I just branched out into women's fiction, which is what made me aware that there was an audience starving for this. Both in fiction about women in their 40s and their 50s and who've like raised their kids or have older kids and don't want to read about, younger women. They want to read about women like them.
Yeah.
And then Jen has a project she's working on.
I mostly write nonfiction for adults, humor, where I use F-bombs like commas, so be warned.
There might be a few F-bombs sprinkled in.
And there might be a few F-bombs in this podcast.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, I'm not safe for children. Yeah. But I can turn it on and off, but I prefer not to. But then I also am writing a new nonfiction book about midlife and sort of what we're all going through, and I'm trying to put some humor in it, but god damn, it's dark. So. But I'll do it. We'll make it funny. If anyone can make, swamp crotch funny, it's me. So I'll do it.
I believe that. I truly believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing, and we've just decided to do this podcast, and we kind of put it out there to ask people. We asked our readers, like, what should we talk about?
Yes.
And I think the number one thing that people came back to was, you should just talk. Well, I don't think you guys understand like how much we could just talk about.
We've already been talking quite a bit, like while we were waiting to do this.
Yeah, it's too bad like no one was just filming it, because we've covered like a lot of stuff already. But we could really just talk. We will try to have some topics going forward.
I think we should like have a theme like that we kind of like touch on, but like but not necessarily be held to it. Like we're pretty much stream of consciousness.
Don't put me in a box, damn it.
I know, we're pretty much stream of consciousness. We both have like admitted that we think we're ADHD. So
so there will be a lot of squirrel.
Yeah.
And we'll be distracted easily. But also though, we also really are engaged with our online audience.
Yes.
And so we'll be listening to you guys too, because we know that eventually, hopefully someone besides like our moms and like our fangirls will listen to this.
Yes.
And that will reach a broader audience. But in the meantime, we know that it's mostly you, Mom, out there listening. And so we'd like to hear from you guys, like what you want to talk about, because we're open. We'll talk about just about anything. If you tell us you're interested, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But
and we'll probably have an opinion on it. Especially Jen.
A strong opinion. There will be no question about our opinions. I don't know. I think you have a strong opinion these days.
I have become much more vocal with my strong opinion.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think the times warrants.
I think you got to take a stand one way or another.
Yes.
You can't just blow in the wind anymore.
Yeah,
and I think, too, as writers, we worry a lot about that we don't want to piss off potential...
We don't want to offend our audience. We don't. And I would say in most climates, like, politics isn't really an issue. Like, Democrats, Republicans, they've always been at odds with each other. But even more so, it's very polarizing now. But I feel like there's a lot of injustices going on in the world, and I can't, my conscience won't let me back and let it happen without at least saying that I think that it's wrong.
I think we're on the side of humanity at this point.
Thank you.
And,
humanity, there you go.
I'm always, something that I've always written about is justice and social justice and women's rights, children's rights. Like, these have always been important to me, and now they are kind of the focal point of what's going on in this world. And so I've just gotten a little bit louder. I've always been loud, but now I'm getting a little bit louder, and I'm glad to see more and more people with platforms are also getting loud because we have these platforms. We've worked really hard to build these platforms. If you don't follow us online, please follow us. Find Denise Grover Swank online, and I'm Jen Mann, but you can also find me as people I want to punch in the throat. And but find us, because we are talking about that, and I think it's important to get dialogue going and conversations going.
Yeah.
And I think that we are always looking to entertain and educate our audiences. Yeah. That's kind of how I look at it.
I think you pretty much have the same policy as I do, that if I put something out there, I won't delete a comment unless it's disrespectful.
Yes.
I will not tolerate people being disrespectful to one another, and I will delete those. But I feel like it's an open conversation, and it needs to be... I police it, but it also needs to not be censored. But I let a lot of things,
I'll allow it.
Yes.
Kind of like, I'm not going to censor you if you have a disagreeing opinion with me, but I am going to censor it if you're starting to if you're borderline, abusive and hostile and that sort of thing. Yeah. Then I'm going to delete you and I'm going to ban you. Yeah. But no, because I feel like part of why we're in the situation we're in right now is because people don't talk and they don't listen.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to listen more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. But there will be, like, all of that to say is that we have opinions and we're gonna use them, and we're gonna vocalize them, and
it could be an opinion on politics, but it could also be a very strong opinion about bras.
Yeah.
So
sorry, Ross, to my son who has to listen to this.
You just never know what you're gonna get from us.
Yeah.
So you can be sure though that you will always get our unvarnished truth and opinion. So that's for sure.
Well, and I think too, we both bring a lot to the table. I'm a mother of 6, so
God bless you.
And I have 3 biological children, 3 adopted children. They're 3 international, China and Vietnam. And so like my children, I've been a parent for 31 years now. So, I mean, I've seen a lot. So I've been through the whole gamut.
Yeah.
And so I'm like a hardened warrior.
Plus you're a single mom.
I'm a single mom.
Which is another whole arena too. And to have 6
and
kids.
And the CEO of my own
company.
And
the CEO of your own company. And, basically, Denise just is like who I kind of want to be when I grow up.
Oh, God bless you. She might rethink that after we've done this for a while.
And we even mentioned the dogs.
Yeah.
So there's 6
pack of dogs.
kids, and then when I arrived this morning, I was greeted by at least 4 dogs.
Yeah.
And then every time I turned around, I'm like, oh, there's another one. There's another one. So it is a house full of love.
Yes.
And chaos here a little bit, but I think that every parent has that household.
We're like a very loud, chaotic house.
Yeah. Because I had never been here before. Right. And so when I walked in, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, she's normal. Like,
yeah. A little maybe on the other side of normal.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
But it's like, who doesn't want to be greeted by someone in their pajamas with a bunch of dogs running around and you're like, oh shit, was that today?
I took that as a really great sign that this was going to work, that Jen did not turn around running or was not offended. So I was horrified.
No, I was like, we should start filming right now.
I know, right? Well, maybe not.
Because I think that's the other thing. If you don't know Denise and I very well, that's the other thing I think that we have in common too, is that we are very honest about.
We're very real about. What you see on social media is us.
Completely.
Yeah, we're not like, polishing things. We're pretty real. And we put it out there.
Like,
we put it out there when we
Like, we will always, celebrate our successes, but then we will also let you know where we failed horribly. Yeah. And we give
I like to keep it real. Like, one time I said, hey, congrats to myself. I finished a book, and I celebrated by picking up dog shit in the powder room, cleaning up dog vomit or...
Well, because I think that's part of it,
and then #it glam life, right? Yeah. Because that's my life, right?
Well, that's I think, part of it, too, because it's like when you have this online persona, like everybody thinks that it's all rainbows because that's what people are willing to show,
right? And
I think that for me, my brand has always been about sort of pulling the veil back and showing that, when I think I just put a meme up earlier this week where it was, behind every great photo shoot there's crap in the corners, and it's we're all about letting
there is literally right now there's boxes along the wall.
We'll pan over there too. But it is true though. It's we are very much about yay, I did something great and this is amazing and I'm super proud of myself and I'm excited. But on the other hand, laundry is not getting done today. Because balance is hard. And I think that was one thing I know I really wanted to talk to you about and ask you about was
not very well. Not very well.
I mean, because as much as you write, the empire you run, the kids you have, how do you do it all? Do you have help? Let's start with that.
My children, I get them to help, but I am the first to admit that I'm terrible at delegating. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I end up doing it myself because.
Do you sleep?
I don't sleep as much as most people do.
You
probably sleep 5 or 6 hours a night.
Okay.
Yeah, but I could probably sleep more. Lately, as I get older, I feel like I need a little bit more sleep. I'm just tired. And I've noticed too, as I get older, I used to do a lot of writing in the middle of the night, and I can't do that as much anymore. Right? I get tired. If I haven't got my words by 9 o'clock, they're probably not going to happen. Yes. Or I'll spend 2 or 3 hours goofing around on my sofa watching 500 words, and I'm I could have just gone to bed.
Yeah.
And woke up in the morning because I find that I write much more productively in the morning now.
Okay.
The early morning, but I am not a morning person.
Yeah.
So, which is totally weird because I don't want to get up at 6 o'clock and write, but sometimes that's when I get my best words.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I used to stay up all night too. When I first, because we both started as bloggers too.
Yes.
Back in the
day.
And
I was the same kind of blogger. I was okay, let's get real. I have a whole blog post about picking ticks off my dog.
Yeah.
And putting them in a cup of water while my 3 toddlers were lined up watching, and then the cup of water with ticks spilled out onto the counter towards the children.
No.
I mean, it was just like, that was my life, right?
Yeah.
And that still is my life. It's just like chaos. And
yeah, because like when I started blogging, I was working full time. And so I would write at night.
Yes,
and
that's what I would write because I had little children.
Yeah,
that's
you had little kids,
you
you put them to bed and you'd stay up and
yeah.
you'd write. And now I don't know if it's because my kids don't need to do that anymore, that maybe my body is like, no, we do not need to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and write, Jen. Like, you know, you are available tomorrow at noon.
Yeah. I know, right?
And so maybe that's what it is. But I found lately, the last few years, I can't do it at night either. Even though I don't sleep very well at night, I still can't write. I just lay there and worry.
I'm the worst about going to bed. Like, I should give myself a bedtime.
Yeah.
And tell myself this is when you go to bed, because I usually stay up till I'm just tired. And and sometimes I'll get a second wind. So so then I'll stay up and watch episodes of Lucifer until I fall asleep on it. Yeah. Then I have to go back and rewatch a few episodes.
Right. Figure out where you fell
asleep on Netflix. But so.
No, I don't know. By like 9 p.m., I'm just like, I'm done. Like, another meme I shared last week was like a party banner that you put up and it says, please leave by 9 p.m.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's how I party. Like, I'm just like, I'm in bed.
It's like I feel old because I used to like stay up late and now I'm like just a total vegetable. Like, I'm not sleeping, but I'm not productive.
I'm not productive either. No, I'm watching a lot of Netflix.
Yeah.
But I call it research. I say it's research because we need to understand how stories are made, what people want. And
there you go. Well, and I do say that I learned a lot. Okay, so I always wanted to be a writer. I always wanted to write a book, and I started a lot of books I never finished until I did NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. It's every November. And I did that in 2009 and finished my first book. And so after that, I was blogging before that. But I said that I learned the art of storytelling through blogging because it's a story.
It is.
It's, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you have to make sure, like, sometimes I would struggle. Okay, well, how do I wrap this? Like, because my blog was all about the stories of what happened with my kids. And, I never put a glamorous spin on it. I always, like, tongue in cheek, this happened, the time I went to Costco and my debit card didn't work and I had to go back 2 more times. And anyway, it was like a total disaster.
Yeah.
But I never like glammed it up. It was just like, this is my life and this is how it is. But I learned the art of storytelling. And I said, it's like crazy because, Sesame Street should have taught me that, every story has a beginning, middle, and end. But I learned about killing my darlings. Like, oh, this is a really funny line, but it stops the flow and it doesn't fit. And
no, I think blogging teaches you discipline. Because with the blog, I felt like it was always there calling me, because you have that immediate feedback from your readers.
Yes, yeah.
With a book, you put it out there and you hope somebody reads it, and it takes them a while, and then they finally will email you and say they either loved it or hated it. Yeah. And preferably, I prefer to receive the emails that they loved it, but every now and again, you're like, thank you for your feedback. Yeah. But I liked the blogging because I could put a new blog post out, and within minutes, people would let me know what they loved or hate about it. And so I could, and it would empower me to keep going, and it would kind of inspire me to keep going. So
the one thing that I got frustrated with blogging is I felt like I spent a lot of my life looking for the next blog post.
Yeah.
Like, instead of living in the moment, like I always had to make sure I had my camera with me because I had to make sure I got a picture. And I always felt like I was just like looking for my next blog post.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like my girls who are now 22 and 16, they like to go back and look at all those blog posts because they're like a scrapbook.
Yeah.
Because they're not really embellished. They're like pretty true to life of what happened, and so they can go back and look at things and say, "Oh, I forgot about this, and that we did that." So,
see, and I always think mine will be good for my kids when they go into therapy. They can just show them, be like my mother, because when I blog about my family, mine's a little bit different in that like I don't use their real names, and I never have shown photos of them. And so everyone just knows my kids as Gomer and Adolpha, which their real names are worse, and so that's why I named them that, because I couldn't handle the pressure of everyone making fun of me for their names. And then I don't show their pictures because I felt like when I started they were 3 and 5, and I went viral, and I had a lot of people who were like threatening to steal my kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so I thought, okay, that's it. They're never coming out in public again.
Yeah.
And so I kind of put them deep underground. And now they're like 14 and 12. And now, you know, I don't think anybody would steal them. I don't think anybody would want them now.
Bring them right back.
they're not very cute and they're kind of expensive. But I think, so for them, it's like the stories are there, but there's not the pictures. I didn't have all that pressure to like make it a picture perfect moment and that kind of thing.
Right.
And I used to just say that if I needed something to write, I'd just go to Costco and somebody would piss me off. And I could write about that. So,
yeah, there you go.
That's the beauty of writing an angry, venty, ranty blog.
Yeah.
You've always got something to say.
There's always material out there.
Yeah.
I was a little more limited because I was writing about my cute little toddlers.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
They're not, so like my blog would have run out of material quickly because I don't have cute little toddlers anymore.
You see
and
that.
I was done adopting.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now you could do a whole dog blog though.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say you see that a lot though, because a lot of the moms who I kind of came up with through the blogging world, you know, their kids got older. The ones who kind of really featured their kids, and the kids got older, and the kids were like, "I don't want to be a part of your blog anymore.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to do this, Mom."
Yeah.
And so I noticed a lot of them went out and got dogs. And
Really?
So now the dog is sort of like the focus. They're like, "Well, look at the dog. Look what my cute dog did today," which is I love it.
Oh, and I do post pictures of my dogs on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I've been trying to up my Instagram game because
Instagram.
Yeah, because I'm most of my readers are on Facebook, as
Same.
are yours. I've gone away from Twitter. I only just check when people at me. I don't really post much there. It's too political and. It's like a
cesspool.
I was gonna say soup.
There
on the same line. Yeah, so I don't go there, and like I know a lot of people are on Instagram, and I like the fact that Instagram is not a whole bunch of ads like you see on Facebook. It's like more. I almost use the word organic, and that is not true at all because my daughter let me know that I was not doing it right because first of all, I was posting a couple times a day. Oh no, Mom! Oh. She told me that I was only supposed to post once a day. And I had to make sure the pictures were pretty, and which is really funny because like one of my most liked pictures on Instagram right now is me after a workout, all sweaty and nasty. So,
well, see, and I think that's knowing your audience.
But I'm like, I need to be real. Like I can't fake it.
Your audience does not want to see you all primped up and look at me, everybody, with my diva light, because we do have our diva lights on today. So please notice.
My tiara's up there on the shelf.
Occasionally
I pull that out.
Yeah.
Do you have a tiara?
Okay,
we need to get you one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I did a live takeover on a Facebook group. I decided I was going to do a video, Facebook video, and I wore my crown and said I was taking over.
There you go. Yeah. But I think that's the thing. Like I think where Instagram is hard for me because one, I'm not a photographer.
Yeah.
I deal in words, not in pictures.
Yeah.
And then two, it's like there is a lot of pressure to make it beautiful.
Well, and like you have to make sure like you're supposed to look at all your pictures are supposed to like fit all nicely, and mine do not.
No. So if you follow me on Instagram, thank you for putting up with my nonsense. I guess I'm doing it wrong, but
well, you know what? I just decided I'm just gonna do me. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, and some of the one of the things I realized too, like on Instagram and even on Facebook too, is people like to see me wear pants because I always complain.
You're always talking about wearing.
Because I have like a Facebook group even that's called like No Pants Required because I just hate to wear pants. Because you tell me, you're home all day writing. Do you wear pants or do you wear pajamas? Do you wear yoga pants?
I do wear yoga pants. Well, I live in yoga pants. Yeah. And sometimes if I'm like on a hard deadline, I'm wearing the same yoga pants for 48, 72 hours straight. My poor children. Yeah. Like I don't literally fall asleep on the sofa like with my laptop open.
Right?
And, yeah.
Well, and I think sometimes when people think I say no pants, I think they really think I'm sitting around in my underwear, which I promise you I'm not. I do
I think you might be able to see that.
Today I am wearing pants. Yeah. So please, if you're listening, check it out. They're hot. But I'm not sitting around in my underwear, but I am sitting around in pajama pants. Yes. Like I do get I prefer to be comfortable. Like no bra, pajama pants. Like that's what I want to. That's what I want to do. Yeah. And so there was like one day where I put on pants and I went somewhere. I don't know how to speak or something, and I thought, I'm gonna take a picture because look at me, like I have pants on. And I felt like a fucking Kardashian. Like people were like, who are you wearing? I was like, oh, Vera Wang for Kohl's, you know? And I was like, you guys, like, this is silly. But then I was like, you guys really like that. I'm going to do it again because that was fun. Yeah. And so now, like last night I wore like a dress, which is like.
Oh, I saw that. You look very nice.
No pockets, unfortunately.
You were at a wedding, right?
I went to a wedding last night, and so I wore a dress because I was like, damn, who knows when this is going to happen again. But, you know, so it's like. So I think that to me, as like, if I'm going to do a visual thing, it's going to be fun. Like, it's going to have, like, it's not going to be me, like, I'm at the Oscars. I'm going to be like, I'm at the Oscars, bitches. Look at this. You know? Like, it's going to be fun. Yeah. So I think that's important, is to maintain yourself rather than try to fit into their way of thinking.
So I guess I'll make small attempts to make pretty pictures because I like to do that sometimes. Yeah. But I'm just going to be me.
Yeah, I think if it's your thing, definitely, but I wouldn't stress over it.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No. And I was doing really good on Instagram, and then I, like, got my new lake house, and then I just, like, checked out.
But see, so that's what I like to see of yours, though. I like to see all your remodeling projects.
Yeah, I'm like, because I was like, gosh, I haven't posted on Instagram. What am I going to post? And so I'm like, oh, I bet people want to see what I'm doing in my house down there. So.
And like the other day, like you listed paint colors and everything.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things, like, you know you're going to get asked.
Yes.
So,
just like Wayfair, if you want to sponsor, I got most of my stuff from Wayfair, and they have great customer service. They have not sponsored this, but they have great customer service. If there's something wrong, they fix it right away. Oh, really? So I'm like, I keep using them. So.
Well, that's good because I just made my first order from them. I've never ordered from them.
I've ordered like pages and pages of stuff. So like I called because there was an issue with a sofa that I'm having delivered, and it got stuck in transit or something. And she's like, well, you've been a customer of ours for 3 years. And she's, oh, you've been a repeat customer. I furnished almost an entire house with Wayfair. So it's like if you're wondering, if you see something, there's a good chance it came from Wayfair with an occasional Pier 1 and Pottery Barn sprinkled in. So
there you go. Yeah, I just ordered 2 tables from them. I'd never ordered from them before. Like, you have to build it.
Yeah, poor Ross. One of the pieces I got was a bedroom set that you literally had to build everything. Like the headboard, every slat had to be put. Usually it's like it's built. Yeah. And then you like screw the slats on and stuff. Or maybe screw button feet in or something. No, he had to like build the entire thing. And so he claimed that for his bedroom down in the basement when he's down there. You've done the work. That was fair. Yeah. I feel that was fair. Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. If I cancel that order.
I'm like, are you cursing me right now? He didn't say. He didn't admit to it, but he had to be. So Is he making faces?
Yeah. He's like, what else?
He likes to do that stuff. Yeah. He likes to build things, and
and I think he's a little bit of a perfectionist.
Yes. Yeah. He is. Yes, you could tell from like how long it took him to get the mic set up and stuff.
I'm telling you. If you're hearing this and seeing this, it's all because of him. Because literally, like,
we had no idea what was going on.
It'd just be us and a cell phone, like in a coffee shop.
Yeah. Exactly.
It would not be good at all. So once again, shout out to Ross.
Yeah.
Not our sponsor, but man, he's like the best. So
he's awesome.
Yeah. No, we don't have any sponsors. I'm trying to think, like, who should sponsor us?
Well, you want Rothy's.
I do. Yeah. Like, well, I feel like every podcast I listen to is sponsored by Rothy's.
See, I've never listened to a podcast that's sponsored by Rothy's. Oh my gosh. I'm like, we obviously are listening to different podcasts.
Yeah, like every single one. I mean, I'm almost to the point where I'm ready to buy a pair, but they're.
Oh my gosh, you don't own any? Oh, you have to get a pair.
Do you know how much they cost?
I know. I have 2 pairs.
Okay, then I have questions. Okay, so like they're made out of plastic, but does it feel like plastic?
No.
And is it like a good, like old lady feet? Like, do I need to put orthotics in there?
No, there's some arch support
in there.
And I love it that they can wash them. You can just let them, because like, you know, if you're not wearing them with socks, they can get a little stinky. So you just throw them in the washing machine, wash them.
And no problems.
No problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
highly recommend you.
Call us.
Yeah. And Wayfair.
And then I was thinking we also need
Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my work is fueled a lot by Starbucks.
Yeah, I think we need Starbucks to sponsor us. Yeah. And I think we need probably like a liquor of some kind.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, that only makes sense. Yeah. So, and yoga pants.
and yoga pants.
But like cheap ones. Like I really don't like the fancy ones. Like I just want.
I don't have any Lululemons. No, I get mine at Target.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So so if you have a company that does any of that stuff, you should call us and sponsor this podcast because
we should probably come up with
listen to
address
We're
for
like
this.
pimping the shit out of this stuff. Like look how good we do.
And we're not even being paid for it.
What the heck? Oh, okay. 1 minute left. That was perfect because we like wrapped up on our ad.
We totally did. Like, we're going to try to keep this about 30 minutes so that it's not too long. You guys can listen to it in like a commute or or a walk, around the block. And so, since we both listen to podcasts, maybe we should talk about what podcasts we've been listening to lately.
Okay.
I've been listening to the Good Place podcast, the TV show.
One. Oh, really? They have one?
Yeah, they have a podcast, and it's fun. They like have the writers and sometimes the actors, and they talk about the episode. And so I've listened to the whole first season, and I'm started on the second. So it's a nice change from all the murders that I usually listen to.
Yeah, no, I'm listening to Murder. To Live and Die in LA is what I'm listening to right now.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I'm almost done with that one, and so. And that's really it. And then what are you reading? We are writers. We should talk about books too.
Oh gosh, what am I reading? You talk about what you're reading because I'm trying to remember the last. I'm not reading a book right now.
You're not reading anything right now?
Yeah, no.
Right now I'm reading Girl Wash Your Face.
I won't talk about that.
I'm reading that one, and that one is you should wash your face. Is what I've learned from that one.
Yeah, you should wash your face.
Yeah.
It's good skincare.
Yeah.
We can talk about skincare for Midlife Mommas on another podcast.
Oh, gosh. Yes, I have a whole thing.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, so then if you're not reading, what are you writing? What are you writing right now?
I am writing a paranormal romance, my third book of my Book of Sindal about witches. So,
okay.
Yeah. It comes out in August.
And I'm writing a midlife book. So we thank you guys for tuning in, and we hope you keep coming back. We promise it's going to be really fun. We're going to have a really good time with this. We have a lot of plans for it.
We do.
And we, again, we are very interested in hearing from you. Right now, just reach out to us at our individual emails, I guess.
Yes.
We are kind of pantsers. And,
even though we don't like to wear pants.
Like, we literally came up with our name this morning. Yeah, and we are now called the Two Midlife Mommas.
I wrote it on my whiteboard.
It's on a whiteboard behind me, so I had to check. But
I had to look too.
Yeah, like we'll come up with something like official, but in the meantime, like find Denise Grover Swank and Jen Mann out there. If you Google us, the Google knows where we live. You'll find us, and you can find us very easily. And right now, we are the sponsors of this show. Yes, so if you like the show, buy a book.
Yeah, check out our books. We've got a whole variety of books to choose from.
There's something for you there. Yes. Promise you. Between the two of us, we have something for you. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.